Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Chief Experience Officer, Nate Walkingshaw.
Whoa! Look at this group! You guys all came! That's so awesome. Hey, how about another big round of applause for Aaron Sconard? What a visionary. Look, man, I only have you guys for 30 minutes, and we're gonna cover a lot of ground. We have 7 major product releases that we're gonna cover. You guys ready? Yes. So look, if you're a technology leader, if you're an expert, one of our experts, or you're a learner sitting out there, this entire talk track was built for you. But before I dive into all of these awesome product releases, I actually want to talk to you about a really touching story that happened to me. And this really happened about 60 days ago. And it really ties back to our mission. And our mission is to democratize technology. But really what sits underneath that is creating progress through technology that lifts the human condition. And so I'm gonna ask, is Cerner in the room? Cerner, can you guys stand up wherever you are? Yeah, these guys right here. Eric's backstage, Brandy's right there. All right, you guys can sit down. So look, when I went to Cerner, which is in Kansas City, these guys are the world's largest healthcare information technology company in the world. And I got to go to their innovation campus, and they have 5,000 engineers. And look, when I walked into this innovation campus, I was inspired. I mean, if you're developing technology, this is a place that you want to be. And they've really built a culture of learning. So just go with me on this journey. I walk into the foyer. Up on the right-hand side is this massive screen. And I can't really remember what's on it, but what I do remember is on the bottom right-hand side, it said 0 lives saved. And you know what? I didn't really know what that meant. And then we kind of went about our day. We went through our meetings, and I came back for lunch. And when I came back for lunch, I got to pass that screen again. And in that bottom right-hand corner, it said 141 lives saved. And then it kind of hit me. As I went throughout the rest of the day, now I'm looking at the screen. And, you know, around 3 or 4 o'clock, I looked at that little icon down there, and it said 481 lives saved. And you have to understand what's happening over here. All of these experienced teams, we have 25 of them. They're cross-functional, they're co-located, they're human-centered. And when we drive into work every single day, this creating progress through technology to lift the human condition is why we exist. And in one moment, we're helping the developers that help create the technology, that help enable healthcare providers that save human lives. It was incredible for me, absolutely incredible. Can I have everyone in my experience organization stand up that's here? Yeah. You guys, mission accomplished. Awesome, just awesome. So look, I'm just the lucky guy that gets to stand up here today. I get to stand on the shoulders of giants. All these 7 massive experiences, all these bright minds within Pluralsight, I mean, it's really them that created all this. So let's dive in. I want to talk to you guys about what Aaron just spoke to, which is really about Iris. So what is Iris? Iris is our machine learning algorithm that powers everything that we do. And long gone are the days when you log into Pluralsight and have to sift and find yourself through 6,000 courses. It's really all about personalized learning. Iris is powering our course recommendations, our discovery feed, our adaptive skill paths, and business analytics. But for a second, I want you guys to focus in on how Iris powers our adaptive skill assessment engine. But first, in order for me to do that, I need to introduce you to two learners. And this is Sarah and Bill. Now, what you're seeing right here is Iris is employing item response theory and Bayesian techniques. It's adapting to the learner in real time, within 20 to 25 test questions, and only 5 minutes, they start to receive a Pluralsight Skill IQ. How about that? And look, this isn't even the best part. The best part is once completed, Iris actually builds out a personalized learning journey that shows them their gaps in their knowledge and a path to become an expert. It's just incredible. It's so incredible to watch how this happens. Now, what do we do with this Skill IQ? And at the end of the day, Skill IQ, guys, is all about disruption. We want to disrupt. We want to disrupt resumes, certifications, and endorsements. And look, I know my mom's out in the audience today, and if you go to my LinkedIn profile, I'm sure she's endorsed me for underwater basket weaving. Right? I have a whole bunch of people. I think Al Doan last week endorsed me for hip hop dance, which I suck at dance. So the thing that I want you to really think about is we have certifications that exist out there, and these are the old, antiquated certifications that exist in the marketplace. They cost millions of dollars, right? And they're really hard to scale inside of these organizations. And this is for the first time ever. You have a hard skill IQ score that's completely objective, not subjective. And we're really proud to announce it. So, not right now, and then Cerner's up after me. You have to stay for that. But I want you to run out these doors, collect as many skill IQs as possible, and then make sure you tweet me out at @NWalkingShot. I would love to know how the experience goes for you. All right. Now, I want to switch gears for a minute, and I want to talk to all the technology leaders and the businesses that are in the room. And really what I want you to do is I want you to focus on the pace of change. And as a technology leader right now, what's really present for me is I have to keep up with all the languages, frameworks, tools, and process. It's like a locomotive of technology constantly coming at me all of the time. And candidly, it's super overwhelming. And our past has been really, and I think that you know this, we used to solve this through instructor-led training, right? Where I would stick a human being, a subject matter in a room. I'd have 40 to 400 people, and that person would just spray and pray. And you're just hoping that some type of that knowledge would land on your individuals, and it would really help drive my technology strategy forward. And look, it's just broken. It's broken. And so at Pluralsight, we had to just blow it all up. And this was an effort between our data science, our data engineering team, our content team, our experts, and all the experience orgs that you just saw stand up. We needed to create a product that was sticky, engaging, and adaptive. And I really want to show you how we did that. So let me tell you why it's really important to develop a learner-first product. Look, I could invent all of the analytics, the tools, and the insight in an awesome B2B experience, but it wouldn't do any good unless I had a really sticky, engaging platform. So 3 years ago when we were at Pluralsight, we really just had a web application. We didn't have access to a lot of the code either, by the way, for native iOS and Android. So what happened is that we had to think about all of these different learning styles that existed in our platform. And this was shown to us by the data science and data engineering team. When you saw the Skill IQ running, you saw Sarah and Bill. And under there in parentheses, right, you saw just-in-time learning, right, and high focus. And we know we have 7 of these different learning styles. So I want you to think about the platform we had to build to meet learners where they are. Native iOS, Android, Roku, Chromecast, Apple TV, offline viewing, and a web application experience. And that's only half the problem. The other half was breaking up content medium types to meet those learners where they are. It's all about a unified user experience. And so let's go back to Sarah for a minute. So Sarah works at XYZ company. She's watching one of our videos at 3 minutes and 16 seconds. She looks up at the clock, realizes that she needs to commute. She closes her laptop, jumps on a train, and at 3 minutes and 17 seconds, she begins watching one of our courses on her native iOS or Android device. That's what we had to do. We had to meet the learners where they are in order for us to build an awesome business experience. And so one of those experiences, one of the most sticky experiences, is channels. And let me talk to you about why channels is so cool. Just to get to the point, channels is basically our way to build a custom learning path. We actually learned that the last mile of context for every single technology company is all different. And I really want to tell you how we invented it. And this was after a lot of discovery interviews with companies like yourself. And what happened is we heard these themes that kind of came out of these interviews. And one of these themes was, we want our developers operationally effective within 90 days. And I know no one in this room would ever say that, but not cool. And what we ended up deciding to do is that we saw a huge vision around what we could create. And this really is about building a culture of learning within your organization. And this is learning happening with people instead of to people. So we solved two problems. One is that channels gave all of the tooling to the individual learners. And once we gave all of the tools to the individual learners, what could they go do? They could go out and course pick, path pick, test pick, right? They could build a custom contextual channel specifically for their company. And what was the benefit to the technology leader? The leader gets to see all the trending learning inside their organization. The other half of that equation is the technology leader's viewpoint, which is like you have a real intention with your development teams, and you need a management by objective. And so you need to move developers from point A to point B, right? And some of those examples could be like onboarding new employees, switching technology stacks, moving from on-prem to the cloud, or a mobile strategy. This was an unbelievable development for us. And we weren't done yet. Because the second that we gave channels, like we knew what we needed to go deliver next. We needed to give you a tool that actually allowed you to see all of the insights inside of the channel. So when you create a channel, and I think you're gonna see a really awesome example up here, is what happens is all of these insights around it allow you the opportunity to see the technology skills gap actually closing in real time. Advanced channels analytics is really the forefront of building a custom contextual learning journey within your company and then having you the ability to see what's happening. So in this mean stack example, this is a good on-prem to the cloud. This is your own technology strategy happening in real time. Learners going on learning journeys, taking assessments, and it's really providing a deep, deep tool. I'll let you guys check this out. It's pretty sweet. What do you guys think? Yeah. So I want to shift gears, and I really want to speak to the large technology organizations, people that have thousands of developers. And this next solution could really work for the smaller organizations as well. And this really talks to vision versus the implementation of strategy at massive scale. So something we see and hear all of the time is that you might have a really clear or well thought out technology vision, but the strategy that lies underneath it actually lacks. And so let's just say example XY company needs to onboard, reskill, right, or build up a mobile platform strategy, but lacks the knowledge and the skills to do it. So we built a new service product today, specifically to help with customers' implementation of Pluralsight to help accelerate those results. So I actually want to take you inside of this and see what it looks like. And if you don't know two people in this audience, can I have Isaac Strack and Mike Solden stand up by chance? Yes. So I want to talk about who these two guys are. These two guys, Isaac, can you raise your hand? This guy leads all of the custom content and curriculum mapping side of the organization. He has a huge group of experts that help facilitate all of those technology leaders around their strategy plan. Mike Solden, he's running professional services for us. And this is the true integration, the true service layer that you need to couple together this technology strategy vision. So what you're seeing up here, and you guys can sit down, thanks, man. So what you're seeing up here is actually a learning matrices. And what happens when we get into large organizations that have hundreds, sometimes even thousands of roles, we have to go in and map every single one of those skills to those roles during your digital transformation. And this group of people are committed to solving that problem inside of your organization. So, we saved the best for last. And this is really the culmination of all of these capabilities into one holistic experience. And this is the launch and release of Advanced Skills Analytics. So never before have you been able to see the skills gaps inside your organization in real time and then close them. You're checking out an awesome product example here, and this is really in JavaScript. So what you're seeing is that you can see the total amount of learners that have actually taken our skill IQ. And then over the topic of Java. And then you can actually double click into Java and look at the topic within Java, say in objects. And then from there, you can actually see the individual learner profile from novice, proficient, and expert. And here's what this did for us at Pluralsight. When we actually used this tool, it found the brilliance that existed in our organization. How many of you have developers inside of your organization right now, and you don't even know how skilled they are? Like, I had no idea we had so many developers with so many adjacent skills to help us with our technology strategy. So with Advanced Skills Analytics, now you can. It's just awesome. Hope you're feeling it. It is so cool. Okay, so look, it wouldn't be a conference without showing you what the future holds. And you heard from Aaron earlier about certifications and like really what we intend to do with it. And I'm not talking about certifications of old. These are certifications that cost you millions of dollars to implement. They're not scalable. They're really hard to work with. And you get a piece of paper that says I'm certified, and it's static. I'm talking about a whole new way to think about verifying and certifying a role. This is incredible. So right now, we're showing you the first role IQ. And this really has two different paths for us. In the future to come, you will soon see the top technology roles in the world, curated by our experts and cultivated by our crowd, all powered by Iris. The second phase of this is going to be unleashing all of the tools to you. So you can build your own roles within your organization with our skills and skill IQ horsepower, which will be powered by Iris. How about that? This is not a test. There it is. Yes. So I urge you to dive into skill IQ. I actually call every single one of you to action. If you're a learner, after this presentation, I want you to go to our booth. I want you to collect as many skill IQs as you possibly can and make sure you tweet me out. Show everyone, share it on social, show your peers, and show your company. Look, if you're a technology leader in a business right now, this entire conference is here to help, man. We want to help you. Find your rep, go to our booth, find Mike Solden and Isaac at the booth as well, and help us become your technology strategy partner. Together, we can close the technology skills gap. Thank you so much.